There are many things you can do with walls in New Super Mario Bros. U engine. First, I will focus on gaining crouch from a wall slide. The common aspect with all of these is that first you need to store your crouch. To store your crouch, you will need to crouch and get to the wall sliding animation in a crouch state. Now Mario is standing, but the crouch state is still stored in Mario. There's no visual indication that you have the crouch state stored, so you will just have to remember it. At this point you can wall jump and air style as much as you want, but if you encounter any state for Mario which checks your crouch status, you will need to hold down to keep on crouching, or you will lose your stored crouch. The crouch state is checked when you land on the floor, during the ground pound animation, shoot a fireball, wall slide off the wall slide down a corner, throw an item, or get damaged after doing a helicopter spin. In practice, I have a level which focuses on using the 5 ways to crouch from a wall slide. First is a section where you crouch jump to the wall and store your crouch. Then wall jump up until you get the helicopter mushroom and you can immediately spin to the saw. Remember to press down to crouch and air spin to the gap. Next you can crouch jump to the wall and hold down and right. Immediately after you fall off the wall, you can do 2 air styles to get into the gap. In this section, you store your crouch and then go up high past the gap and start sliding down the left wall. Then press right and down to release the wall while crouched. Target the gap and you might need to air style to get to it. Now you need to crouch on the edge of the platform and crouch jump to this left wall because you can't grab items while crouched in New Super Mario Bros. U. Wall jump, grab and immediately throw the item to crouch to the gap. To prevent cheese, you will need to jump on the spring and ground pound at the top of the jump. Now you get the fire flower. With this you can crouch much more easily. Store your crouch by crouch jumping to the wall jump until you get to the correct place and then hold down and right before you jump. Jump and immediately after that shoot a fireball. Now your jump will be done crouched and you can even air style to more accurately go to the gap. Common errors which I've seen people do. Ground pounding makes you lose your stored crouch. If you ground pound, you will need to regain crouch by crouching to the wall again. Don't spam fireballs. The fireball shooting animation itself is not in crouch state, so spamming it will only make you stand as long as you spam it. If you lose the ability to crouch after the crouch checks, you have lost your stored crouch for some reason and you will need to regain it. Next, I'll feature one wall ascending. When you wall jump, your horizontal speed is very fast, which normally prevents you returning to the same wall. Shooting a fireball makes you lose speed much faster than holding the opposite direction. If you then air style twice back to the wall, you will be slightly higher than where you started. To do this, press right the entire time you are ascending. Jump and immediately after that shoot a fireball. Wait until you get to the peak of your jump, then do your first air style back to the wall. The second air style should be done as soon as possible to get as high as possible in the wall. Repeat until you get to the top. You can also do this while crouching. If you store your crouch and hold down as long as you want to crouch. You can also carry items up one wall, but the tech is incredibly precise. You can at least carry P-switches, springs and shells up one wall. Shell requires a helmet though.